Hello and welcome to the Pharmacy Informatics Professor 2020 with your host, Dr. Armin Simonian. We've talked in the past about smart pumps, and today I wanted to do a journal club presentation on an article that was written about smart pumps and specifically about the smart pump drug library. So this would be all of the list of infusions that are built into the smart pump system, and an interesting article that talks more about efficiency of operations than of safety. But as we'll discuss, there is a safety component to what they did. So let me bring up the presentation and we can talk specifically about smart pump drug libraries. All right. So this is the article written fairly recently in last year, 2020, September. And this is about intravenous pump infusion data that they analyzed to really increase the efficiency of the use of smart pumps. Now, if we go back to the definition of pharmacy informatics, we remember that according to the statement from ASHP, pharmacists must use their knowledge of information systems and the medication use process to improve patient care by ensuring that new technologies lead to safer, so keyword safer, and more effective medication use. So we have kind of a dual goal here, safety and effectiveness. So I think that this article really focused in on effectiveness of operations, but really there was a safety component. So what they did is they looked at smart pump implementation at multiple hospitals. They analyzed the smart pump data, and they aggregated the data and looked at all of the infusions that were being hung, and they decided that it would be good to standardize on certain medication concentration and bag sizes. So kind of simplify the formulary, simplify the drug library to a set of standard concentrations so that it wasn't all over the board. And here's where I think safety comes in, because I've seen these efforts at other institutions and other regions of hospitals too, actually, where the hospital systems tried to get together and decide for their region a standardized list of concentrations of IV infusions. What this does is it makes programming more straightforward. Everybody becomes more familiar with what the standard concentrations are. And then if they're doing manual programming of the pump, then it's more straightforward and common in terms of rates of infusion that are programmed into the system. So I think that standardizing medication concentrations and bag sizes not only increases the efficiency of the pharmacy operations, but also has a safety component, an increase in safety of the infusion care. So what they also found in this study was that it resulted, when they did these changes, in a reduced drug and fluid waste. So there was less waste and improved operational efficiencies. So with making standard bag sizes, they weren't having to have formulation of multiple concentrations for each drug. They limited to certain concentrations, and also the size of the bag, 250 versus 500 versus 1,000 ml for the concentrations or the bag sizes, so that they just had a kind of a smaller standardized list. So I think that this effort was very interesting. When we talk about smart pumps, we have a lot of great data in those systems. And I think we focus a lot on safety limits. So we do have hard and soft stops that we can build into our systems. We can decide maximum amounts of fluid that can go on the pump at any given time. And we can decide on minimum and maximum rates of infusion so that drugs aren't infused too quickly or too slowly. And we do collect data on when these limits are exceeded so that we can do some follow-up analysis and studies and improve the safety of our systems through that. But also, we do have usage data. We have a drug library. We know how many times infusions were hung and the usage of those. And we can look at the extent of the library, see how many items are there, and then do some comparison on what's being used most commonly and how we might standardize on a smaller set of IV infusions so that we have standardized concentrations and volumes. And I think that this helps us, as we've discussed a number of times in this episode, with operational efficiencies, but also with safety of our IV infusions. So if this discussion was helpful for you and was thought-provoking and maybe got you thinking about doing the same thing at your institution, then please like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I will thank you for that. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, look after the health of others, and I'll continue to work on more Journal Club and other episodes, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.